And when I hear that question, I love that question because it's going to tell me what I can expect from your music. Not that you necessarily sound like that person, but you can hear their influences. So if somebody tells me, "Oh, Pac influenced me," or Biggie had this effect on me, or Tupac had this first, or Kurt Cobain, I was like, okay, how do you choose your selection of music, or how does your style reflect their influence in your life? So, and then when I see that, I was like, yo, you just name dropping. You hear these names. You're not really influenced by these persons, by these people, and you don't really understand what they were saying or understand their music. So hip hop, I fit into hip hop because I grew up in it. You know what I mean? I help it progress as I fit into it because who I listen to, I tell other people about whether they know them or whether they don't, whether they're of my color or whether they're not. You know what I'm saying? Whether they listen to it, I open them up because people feel me as a receptive person. I don't like to throw shade, throw smokes and mirrors, or any of that. Or any of that. I was like, yo, I tell it for what it is. And if I don't listen to ratchet music, on my own, I hear it in the club or I'm with somebody that does. So I was like, yo, let me take my time out and listen to it because it's touching and it's growing bigger in a sense. So we can't knock that because we have to have the ratchet music. We have to have our knowledgeable music. We have to have the music we don't even understand what they're saying because it's touching people. We can't just bottle it up in a box because it's just more than us. You know what I mean? So we may not necessarily agree with it, you know what I mean? But we have to, in a form, accept it because it is touching somebody. Because knowledge of music, everybody's not growing up in that way. You know what I mean? No matter how much you teach a person's going to go their own way. You know what I mean? You can look at us. Our parents raised us away. Our character base and moral base is raised on that, but other people also help raise us. Our friends help raise us. Our teachers help raise us. So that formulated our mind and our own character base for us to formulate our own opinion. Some people are followers. They don't have their own opinions because they're too scared to speak out because they don't want to seem too different or be on the outskirts of anything. So they was like, yo, I'm going to go with the trends. Not everybody's not as strong as us. That's why things like this, a lot of people is not receptive because it's not cool. It's not what's happening. And it was like, oh, yeah, that's cool. They may tell you they're entertained, but they won't come to it. When Kerosene told me, he said a town hall meeting. I thought it was something for Peter Street. So I was like, all right, cool. But when I found out it was a hip hop town hall meeting, I was like, yo, I fucks with this because it's a knowledge based thing. You know what I mean? The conversations we have, whether we argue, whether we agreed on something, it's all knowledge because we're opening up and we're listening to each other. Nobody's about to come out here and say, yo, I'm going to wait for this nigga in the back because we understand why we're here. And this is hip hop. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because it's been times, I'm from Brooklyn, and I know, you know what I'm saying? People, if you talk too aggressively to somebody, they're going to come after you. But it's not necessarily like that now because we've evolved as a nation and as a people and as a culture. You know what I mean? We want to progress as a whole. That's why there's not as much killings or as much beef as it used to be. There's still going on and it's evident because a lot of our kids don't have the foundation because there's nobody there to really teach them because there's like, I don't understand them kids. They want to argue and point the finger and be like, yo, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. Nobody wants to be like, yo, so why are you doing this? Yo, the way that I did assistant teaching at Mount Zion High School. So I didn't go in there. I'm a young dude. So I go in these with these high school kids and they be like, yo, I can go in there and be like, yo, I'm older than you, you're supposed to do what I say. What I do, I sat back, I watched the teacher and how she taught the kids. I observed all these kids, and it's like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. I relate to them because I am young, but I am older than them, so I have something to impart to them. So I sat back, I didn't go in and try to be the boss. I was like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. This is why you have to learn this. This is why you have to understand that. So in a way, I help affect their mindset. So their mindset starts to think. They're going to start to see things differently. They're going to start listening to music that they do differently because they're learning in the school. So they're going to take that new process and go outside and start listening to things differently and viewing themselves in a way that's like, yo, I really don't want to go down that road. How many of us really want to go to jail? Exactly. Nobody. But everybody wants to be the man. Everybody wants to be a thug. Everybody wants to tote the hammer, but nobody wants to have you know what I'm saying, handle those consequences. If some built for it, It's some built for it, and that's why they there, and that's why they do it. But not everybody's built for that. So everybody can't be faking the funk. You know what I mean? So that's why a lot of people go off and get that protection. You know what I mean? What I do, I'm about to end off. I'm a PR. Yo, I'm a PR for Team Salt Radio. So I'm glad that I found this out. And if you guys do this every week, I make sure to have my team out. We do live broadcasts. Next every Wednesday, last Wednesday of the month. All right, I'm gonna keep that tied down. But we do a live broadcast at Spin from 9 to 10. And then they got the $2 Tuesdays over there. And this is really what I want to see promoted. You know what I mean? On our website. You know what I mean? Along with new artists, new fashion. Because that's how I fit in hip hop. I'm a marketer by nature. I went to school for marketing. So if anything that's good, I'm going to push it. No matter who it is. If I don't like it, I'm not going to knock you. I'm like, yo, that's not really my style. But yo, keep progressing. Because you're going to find your niche and you're going to find a way to push your stuff and reach who you want to reach. All right? And that's my piece. I bless y'all and I thank you for this time.
You still good?
Yo, what's going on? DJ Kerosene, Coalition DJs. Appreciate what y'all doing. How I fit in, I've been DJing for 17 years. I grew up b-boying, graffiti, rapping, the whole nine, and that's why I would say number 5 is the most important. And I think that combines into the standard and the progress because I grew up with a standard where I wasn't allowed to touch that turntable unless I knew music, whether it was my era or not, whether I liked it or not or whatever. So I try to uphold that standard now. You know, before 5 years ago, no one would have ever came up to me and said, can you teach me how to DJ? Because whether it be rapping, photography, DJing, we've turned it into something where it looks like you can just jump into the profession overnight. So if a cat comes up to me and asks me why you want to, like, I want you teach me how to DJ. Why you want to DJ? Because I love music. Who doesn't? Do you know music? You know what I mean? Can you go up in front of a crowd and rock them? And with that, what I need, like my man said with the blog, is like we need to support each other. I played the Common joint at one of my gigs on Saturday night. No one dancing. You know what I mean? If I'm going to play good music, I need people in the building that are going to react to good music. I got a chick last night talking shit to me about, oh, this Bobby Shmurda song is so whack and it's corny and blah, blah, blah. But when it comes on, she's doing the dance. All the motherfuckers is telling me, I'm tired of what's on the radio and I wish DJs was playing this. Well, when we do play it, dance to it. Support it. I don't want to get a call from Big Rec and tell him, yo, I love your record, but there's nowhere I can play it. If you like that music, go outside of the venues that's just doing underground hip-hop. We need to be across the board. My man got the internet radio station. I never heard it. When I go home, I'm going to listen to it. You know what I mean? I need something like that. I'm not going to complain about what 94.5 is playing all day. I'm going to shine the light on what you playing. You know what I mean? If Big Rec got a record coming out, I'm plugging that online. I'm not going to complain about, oh, it's just everyone raps like the Migos. He doesn't. You know what I mean? But if I play his record in the club, no one's doing anything. So that pushes me into a corner. You don't want DJs to play whack shit? Then don't support whack shit. You know what I mean? We just got to support each other. Dude got the blog, I'm going to post that shit. I haven't been on World Star in 5 years. I haven't clicked on that shit. You know what I mean? If you're going to put something out there, I'm going to tell the next dude about it. I see my man outside, come to this. And that shit just goes around. It's like we don't realize how much power we have to enable each other. You know what I mean? If all y'all came to a spot that I'm doing, even though it might not be marketed as a true school purist hip-hop spot, but if y'all are in the building, then I can play that new Common joint. You know what I mean? But if not, then what am I supposed to do? My duty is to rock that crowd. And if all they want to hear is Future all night, that's not my fault. You know what I mean? I'm talking to someone about Bobby Shmurda this morning, and I spoke to someone my age. I'm 31. And then I spoke to this young cat, 13, from around my neighborhood. And he's like, I think it's so cool nowadays that a cat can just put something out and overnight on Instagram, get signed. He got signed to Epic Records last week. I played the joint in the club last week. No one knew it. I've never seen a joint within 5 days. Everyone requesting it. Everyone doing the dance. But I told Shorty, well, what standard does that set where this says you can blow up overnight? You can get a deal overnight off of 3 seconds of an Instagram meme. That's all it takes. But we're reposting it. They're doing the dance in the club. The chick told me she thinks it's whack. Oh, we're programmed to dumb down and we like this whack music. Then why are you dancing to it? You know what I mean? You know it's whack. Half the DJs out here, I have conversations, which I need to see them at more joints like this, but they're saying they don't even like the shit they're playing. But what's their motivation? They trying to get paid? You know what I mean? About 5 months ago, I quit all of my gigs and all my residencies out here because it got to that point where I had to only play bullshit, and the money was good. And that is my last point with how am I helping? It's accountability. The DJs out here ain't taking accountability. You know what I mean? With Coalition, I'm basically the only dude in the crew that's not a strip club DJ. And we all know what they play in the strip club. And we all know the route where it goes from the strip club to the regular club to the radio. And all these artists, even approaching strip club DJs, they only bringing us like, here's my strip club record. Here's my ratchet record. I say, no, just give us a good record. You know what I mean? Take some accountability over your shit. You might not make some money right now, but you're going to make it later. You know what I mean? But that's all I got to say.
Before you sit down, though, I had 2 things that I wanted to ask, I guess, your opinion on. One, because you said the future and a lot of those things, and usually I'm asking because do you think if it's the production and that's making people dance, do you think that if we change the lyrics to what was being said and it wasn't being talked about drugs or anything like that and it had still that same beat, do you think it would still have the same impact?
I mean, I think the reality today speaks for itself, answers that question. There's plenty of people doing that, making music like that, and it's not working, but that's because people aren't out there supporting it. I don't want to name any names, but I've been in the studio with some big artists. They're using trap beats, but they're saying inspirational content on it, but they're like, when I perform it, when I take it to the club, people don't turn up. And I'm not judging someone. It's not my right to tell you what to like or not. If you like Future, that's cool. You like whatever. I like some of that shit too. I like a little bit of everything, but I want to be able to play a little bit of everything in the club. I could go into the club and only play that and get my check and do it with my eyes closed, and you know what I mean? But I want to take that risk and drop that Common record that if it's one person, even if the dance floor clears, that one person might come up to me and be like, what's that? You know what I mean? And then they're going to go and tell the next person, oh, they're not playing the same shit that everywhere else is. Motherfuckers just got to take risks and take accountability.
The last little comment I had, you can actually sit back down, was the fact that the whole Vine thing, now with that, I feel like that's a whole nother conversation. I'm going to give you the mic right after this. It's because I feel like, and even with that, and it's like, oh, things happen overnight. But see, I hear that from one side of people that don't really know, but then from the inside, it's like, oh, man, that's so-and-so's nephew. Oh, that's so-and-so's this. Oh, blah, blah, blah. So I think that's also artists, people not really understanding, and you hear what you see, just as if, you know, Noble kind of got on me and was like, look, like, you watching the news, like, that's what you get. But if people tell you, look, I just put this thing out on Vine and this is all that happens, but you didn't know months before this he's been at the label, he's been doing this, he's been doing that. I think that's like where people get. So it's like, man, or I remember, what was a couple years ago, Trinidad James, he said he just started rapping. Then somebody else came to me and was like, man, I've been seeing him over here. And I'm like, okay, I'm counting down the months. And I'm like, so you just didn't start rapping the week before A3C? That didn't happen. So, you know, it's like, but when you tell people, oh, I just started, and they're like, man, I could just start too. Shoot, I got like 9 more years, so I'm 40. Let me start this right now.
I just wanted to build on that where, you know, like you said, it's what you put in front of yourself, it's what you absorb, but it's also who it's coming from. Which just like two of the biggest piece of advices that OG DJs have given me was DJ JC told me, you know, sometimes it just takes the right motherfucker to say something that's cool that we've been saying is cool all along. And we was having that discussion like, if Rihanna came out with a DJ Premier beat for her lead single, all of a sudden everyone be in the boom bap when we've been saying it's cool the whole time. But it's just like, that's why if we support each other, eventually it's going to get to that right person. And then the only other, the biggest piece of advice I ever got was from Red Alert. And he was like, the longevity in this game is making people feel good. And if we're in the club and the music I'm playing, if we got to put each other down to feel good about ourselves.
That was rough.
Hey, how y'all doing? Shout out to Renee for holding this whole thing. You know what I mean? Give it up for Renee, man. She bringing this shit together right now. Nobody in Atlanta is doing this shit. Fort Knox, the hypest hype man, out here, all the showcases. Make It In magazine. I get all the niggas over here. I'm gonna give a shout out to Mike Sick too, man. You know what I mean? He hold all the events out here for underground niggas is out here trying to get it. What I'm saying is, niggas need to just stop hating, man. That's the only reason why underground artists stay underground, is because motherfuckers is hating on them, man. You listen to the fucking radio and shit, you hear everything. You hear the Young Thugs, the Rich Homie Quans, the Migos, everything. People love to hate it. You know what I'm saying? Just to admit. But at the end of the day, you gotta stop hating, man. You gotta start supporting people. That's the only way hip hop's gonna build. You think back in the early '90s, motherfuckers was hating on people? No. They was making a fucking name for themselves, man. They started making movements that people wanted to listen to. So you can't really hate on nobody at all out here. So right now, what y'all need to do is just focus on what's going on right now, who's hot right now, not even who's hot, who's actually grinding, because the person who's hot not really grinding. They got a big supporters behind them. So you need to focus on the people that got the grind, the hustle. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody who's doing these open mic showcases, everything that's out here right now, you got to follow them, man. You know what I'm saying? Even if you do music and you know beats is better than yours, or you know that the raps is better than yours, show support, man. We black. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only thing that cut black people down is black. I ain't mean to bring it in a race or nothing like that, but I'm just out here just sitting here listening. But you got to support. You got to support, man. I mean, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I'm just up here just viewing everything, man. And, like, you got to support, man. Whether it's making a magazine, a local magazine company, or people throwing showcases or whatnot, you got to fucking do it, man. You got to support. That's the only way people will get out here, man. Forget all these mainstream artists and everything that's on these iHeart radios and everything like that. You gotta support, man. At the end of the day, you can say what you want to say. You can say who you want to listen to. You gotta support them. That's the only thing that matters. You know what I'm saying? So when people ain't even flossing or diamonds or everything else like that, you gotta support, yo. And I'm saying, I like this right here, Renee. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got much to say. I'm IG. You know what I'm saying? Like, my whole campaign is have a vision, share a vision, and believe. Hashtag HAVSAVB, have Sabby. You gotta have Sabby, man. You gotta have a vision, share a vision, and believe. Whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta fucking make moves out here, man. And do what you gotta do and support, yo. That's all I gotta say, man. Shout out. Renee, man. Renee, God, they're the motherfucking film.
I'm sorry, I let them do that. Now we sound playing. And I got you. Okay.
My name's Jay Harris. Some of y'all don't know me. Now that we got all the PRs and DJs in the building, I'm a rapper. Can I freestyle for y'all right now? Nah, I'm playing. Look, I work for Make It a magazine. I do promo. Make sure y'all get one of these before y'all leave. If you don't, if you're an independent artist, you want to get in the magazine, Kelby is right here to my right. There's a lot of people who think I'm Kelby, but I'm not. I I also do a radio show on K100 Radio. I put on 5 to 6 independent artists every week, and I play them with the majors. A problem that I do have is when I'm listening to the independent artists, I never find original people anymore. Everybody's like, I want to be like this guy. I want to be like this guy. And then because you want to fit in the program. But I always ask people to send me some music that is true to you, music that makes you move, music that you like, not music because you want to sell 1 million ringtones, not music because you want to sell 1 million albums. If you make music that you like, people will like it because there are people that like what you like. Now, today I asked somebody in New York, a real famous actor, I said, name the hottest independent artist out in New York that's not rapping on a down south beat. He said, I don't have an answer for that. He couldn't tell me any independent artist in the New York area that wasn't rapping. I said Troy Ave. I played Troy Ave on the show. I like Troy Ave. Joey Badass is dope too. Now look, these are independent artists who are already getting spin on the radio and TV. I'm talking about artists who don't have that platform, because that's who I want to put on. I'm out here in the streets. Everybody, I got interviews about 10 people in here right now that's going to be on my show on Saturday. But I want the independent artists. I want people to start letting these independent artists make music that they like and put them on, because we have the power to put them on. True that. True that. We have the power to put them on. So let's encourage these young cats to make music that they love and not make music to sell records, because eventually they will. And before I go, let me drop my shameless plugs. Hold on. Give me the magazine. If you're an independent artist, I know there's a lot of independent artists in here. There's a lot of independent artists in here. Send your music to putmeonk100@gmail.com. Everybody else, make it magazine in the building. You want to get a mag, holla at Kelby.
Man, y'all give it up for Jay Harris one time.
Hey, I just got a quick question, a comment. Bitch bad. Woman good. Everybody remember that? Nah, that was a dope ass record. That record worked in the club. Like, the beat was banging, but it can't get no radio play. But it's like I can, because the word bitch is offensive, it can't get played on the radio, but the message of it is something that we need to hear. But I can change some words and talk about selling dope and telling the kids, young nigga, move that dope, move that dope, move that dope. Young nigga, move that dope, and get it played on the radio. They don't give a fuck about the message that they are delivering to us. They just give a fuck about offending sponsors. So when you see independent artists, independent anything, anybody who's out here going for theirs, support. Not with a slap on the back or a like. Spend money. Group economics. As long as you continue to support good shit will continue to be made. That's it.
Before I pass on the mic to anyone else, just to let you know, I passed around these papers so everyone can write down what they would like the next hip-hop town hall topic to be.
I'm gonna keep it real short, y'all. I'm Casey, and I work with one of the best artists in Atlanta right now, by the name of Raw Raw. And everybody keeps saying that, you know, I love hip hop. I love this. You know, folk told me when I got over to Grand Hustle, folk told me, I'm not gonna call no name, but they told me to leave him alone because it was over with. They told me to stop. It's done. He flatlined. We've been rocking for 10 years. And honestly, we got one of the best projects in the world. I put it on anything. I don't care who you are, I don't care what you make, I don't care. Their project, and it's 99% produced in-house, everything done by the artist. What I bring to hip hop is the purity of the culture, and that's why I stuck with him, because I knew what was in it. And honestly, I don't care. all the negativity, I don't hear it because I know what we did in-house. We did it on our own. We didn't go and ask for no extra help. We didn't ask for nobody for no handouts. We went and created the shit. When everybody was saying, man, that don't work, don't do that, you need to come up with some, y'all do something different. No, we created the shit. And when we created the shit, everybody came running. So what I want to do is make sure everybody get this that I got right now, and I guarantee you, I want to make sure I network with everybody in here. I want to make sure I shake hands with everybody in here, because honestly, this thing we call hip hop, so to speak, man, it's like the young lady said earlier, it's going and evolving. And honestly, the way we do that is not just by support. It's got to be quality. You can say, but you know what I mean? It's got to be quality. It's got to be of that standard. And what I'm saying is right now, in my right hand, I have the quality. I have what is of that standard. And I want everybody to be able to get a piece of this before I leave. And I want everybody to network with me. We're going to all chop it up. We're going to talk. And we're going to have a good time when we leave this motherfucker. And that's how I feel. Y'all have a wonderful motherfucking night. Thank you, Renee. And thank you, Fort Knox, for having this awesome-ass event.
I mean, y'all all up in my spotlight. Just real quick, good evening, everyone. My name is Hollywood Kid.
Yeah, we will get to see these afterwards or move to the back, please.
Casey, so rude.
Y'all low key.
Hollywood Kid on the mic.
They don't care. I'm just here. But I do just want to say, you know, shout out to everybody for coming tonight. We already thanked Renee and Fort Knox. Omenade, she definitely. But my name, like I said, is Hollywood. I represent Hollywood Kid Entertainment Group. I also represent DI Radiocast and Africa Allah. She's handling the live stream right now. So this is being live streamed. Speaking for us, I'm gonna address where we fit into hip hop. I guess we're the knowledge, the culture, and understanding. I do a lot of things. My moniker is Mr. Everywhere Like Air. I'm at every show. I do a lot of stuff. I have a lot of platforms that I try to make sure we provide opportunities for artists that don't have opportunities or that they don't have a voice. But beyond that, we also teach. So the things that I do for my artists, I manage the artists, or we do for my network, we also teach. We hold Google Hangouts, just like we're streaming now. We sit in front of the computer, in front of the cameras, and we teach sessions on how to use social media or how to use, you know, business resources, LinkedIn, marketing, those sorts of things. So that's what we do. And so I just wanted to kind of mention that, kind of what Noble Artwright said, and I think what's her name, Queen, she said, like, personal responsibility. Talk about this all day, but like, what are you doing in order to make a difference? So I try to make a difference personally, thinking outside the box about different avenues I can take to make sure. Like, I'm not a musician, I'm not an artist. I've never rapped a bar on a song like professional or anything like that. But I am hip hop. I represent hip hop. I'm a documentarian. We capture what y'all are doing so that people can go back later and see the development, the growth, or the stagnation of what's going on. So just want to say that. You can find me, some of the platforms. I'm on WRFG tonight. Matter of fact, midnight to 3 a.m. with Miss Dia for the show. We actually hosted, and this is just, I just want to give an example of opportunity. We actually hosted their morning segment last week from 10 to 12. And they liked what we're doing. They never heard that kind of hip-hop in the daytime. So we're actually going to be hosting twice on Wednesday. We'll be doing the 10 to 12 spot from now on, starting next week until September. And we'll be doing the regular show spot like she's been doing for the last 10 years. I'm at MJQ on Fridays with the Party Superheroes. As a DJ, you talked about, you know, kind of being led by the crowd. I mean, you lead the crowd, but you gotta feel your crowd. MJQ on Friday on our night with the Party Superheroes, Majestic, DJ Lord, Dress the Beatnik, DJ Fudge. They have the opportunity to play music, and Dress will tell you on the mic, if you came here to hear what you hear on 94.5 or Hot 107, if you came here to stand on the wall or be looked at and pop bottles, you in the wrong place. We play real hip hop, real music. So you can find me there. DI Radio Cast, that's the platform where we feature you guys. You know what I'm saying? We feature the stuff we talked about this the other day. There's this new movement where all these big blogs are all of a sudden deciding it's a good idea to have original programming. Like what? Everything we do is original because y'all don't give us nothing. We go and get what we earn, and we go tell the stories that nobody's going to tell. We go to the places where they don't go. We ask for the music that they're not going to put on the radio. You know what I'm saying? So, personally, like what, to sum it up, just make your effort. Like you said, tune in to K100 Radio. Africa Allah has a podcast that she does every week. She's been doing for years. It comes out on Wednesday. The iRadio Cast. You can go to Hollywood Entertainment Group any day of the week and find features on these artists that you may have been exposed to or you may not have. Why? Because I can't. So there's countless people in here. So definitely, we talk about this all the time, networking. But at the end of the day, so like he said, what's going to change it, and I say this a lot, what's going to change it is when we stop, you see the negative information and what you do. You go and share it and be like, oh, this is stupid. Look at this. You just help and perpetuate the problem. Stop clicking the links. Stop sharing the information. You know what I'm saying? You talking about like you are what you speak. My artist, if this is a plug, Jaws of Life, that's what he stands for. We speak life. He doesn't. You'll never hear him say, something to death. Everything is to life. We speak positivity. If you scroll down his timeline, you're not gonna see any negative information. I'm not even talking about you having a bad day. You put that out in the air, and you're gonna affect everybody else with your bad day. You know what I'm saying? So put some positive information out there, share positive information, and only by then, when they see that, these people are migrating elsewhere, they'll come over here too, and they'll try to bastardize that too. That's what they do. At the end of the day, this is something that maybe not, I don't think I heard anybody say today, but this hip-hop, what is hip-hop? This is a business. It has become a business. So, yeah, most of these people are bound by advertisers and marketing and money that people have invested into them. We're independent, as most of you are. Nobody funds us. We went to New York. We do technology. We went to New York Convention a few weeks ago on our own money. People were like, oh, I see y'all out there in New York. Y'all doing all these interviews with all these VPs. And see, like, guess what? Nobody paid us to do that. We did that because we felt it was going to be valuable to our audience. And we had a duty to go out there and make sure it's available because I don't know, we was interviewing the CEOs of these are the people at Google, the people at MTV, the people at Facebook, not the flunky. These are the VPs, these are the top people. That's not where they let us go. So I'm talking to these people and trying to bring, this information to our culture, to our people, so we have the opportunity to take advantage of these same resources. They're on the front end. Stuff that, so like Jay said, Jay said about, no, you said it, Blizzard, if you heard it on the radio, I was playing it 4 months ago. So the technology that we're implementing now, if you're hearing about it, we're so far past it. Like, you got to catch up. So, I guess that's my piece for tonight. So.
That was a great piece.
Yeah. What up, y'all? What's up? My name's FIFO. I'm also 1/5 Dead End Hip Hop, and I just wanted to come up here and answer some of these questions. Basically, the one, how are you helping the culture progress? Well, let me give you some stats on Dead End Hip Hop. We're a YouTube show. We've been doing it for about 3 years now. We're close to 70,000 subscribers, close to almost 9 million total views. So, people, what we've done is we've built a platform. We're an open debate show. That's what hip-hop is. Everybody has a voice. Everybody has an opinion. One of our taglines is, we are the voice of the people. And the main reason is because we have 5 people on the show. Hip hop isn't singular. Hip hop isn't just what you think, what you feel. Everybody grew up differently. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has different experiences. Me and you could listen to the same song and have 2 different pictures painted for us, even though it's the same song, same artist that we both listen to. So that's what Dead End Hip Hop brings. You know, we bring a platform where now other people, they're coming in the comment section. That's a whole nother, you know what I'm saying, show in itself where people have and they're voicing their opinion. You know, another thing too, why did I fall in love with hip hop? Well, growing up, you know, I grew up in Chicago and in Miami, and my dad was a dope boy. So there's a lot of things that I saw in my household that I never really understood. I saw them, but never had an explanation. And the first hip-hop artist that I was put onto was Biggie and Jay. So already, you know, that influence, it really filled in a lot of the gaps for me, and it kind of painted a picture of what I already saw, but I never understood. I never had a perspective, and they gave me a perspective. And then that's just kind of like where hip-hop just, it blew up for me, and I just understood it at a whole nother level at that point. So I just been a hip-hop lover, man. And, you know, with Dead End Hip Hop, y'all need to definitely go check it out. We put people onto new stuff, you know, and also it's 5 different perspectives that you're getting. So I don't think that there's nothing out there on TV, YouTube, the internet like us. So we're definitely unique. We're definitely we've been invited to Florida State, so we spoke to their sociology class. So we've done a lot of cool stuff, you know, and it's definitely opened up some opportunities. So definitely check out, you know. We haven't even promoted in Atlanta, but you guys, Georgia is one of our biggest demographics. So, you know, shout out to everybody here that knows about Dead End Hip Hop. And if you didn't, pull out that YouTube and, you know what I'm saying, check us out.
Can the rest of the Dead End Hip Hop team raise their hands so we all know who they are? Okay, 1, 2, 3. I was about to say, we got 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's dope. Okay. You said real quick. I got somebody.
All right. I just got a real quick. You out? Okay. Just on the you got K100, you got Kerosene, they got the show. It's all these platforms. Everybody got things going on in here. And we complain about what's being put out to the masses. Follow the money. If you don't support these outlets, then they have to get money elsewhere. Corporate interests. Streets. Like, why is there so much dope boy music? Because dope boys come in the club and pay the damn DJ. So you gotta follow the money. If you don't support these outlets disappear. And then the next day we just talk about, oh damn, I remember that, what's the name? That was one of my favorite spots, so I love that show. Like, real talk, by a show of hands, who would still come to this event if it was $10 at the door? Okay, so I want $10 from everybody whose hand is up so that now we can get some advertisement and run it on the radio to get more people out to this event. Why are the hands going down? See, that's what I'm talking about. It's about really supporting the shit that we need. So everybody who's serious about this shit, I want everybody to put $10 in. I got my $10 right now. I'm going to put something in. We can do email blasts. We can do whatever we need to do to make this event bigger and better, because these are the platforms that we need, and these are the platforms that we're supposed to promote and support. All this lip service and talking about how shit fucked up and they doing this and they doing that. They doing that, but what the fuck are we doing? So I got my money, and I'm going to put my 10 every time I come in so that we can just make this better. All right?
Appreciate that. Now, somebody that walked in, I know you got something, and I really appreciate it. No, anyone more? I got you. Don't worry. Y'all going to get what y'all got to say, but you kind of said something. I wanted to really highlight somebody that is in the building just real quick, because he does have a platform, and I know IG did shout him out earlier, and this is Mike Sig, and I really just wanted, because he's got, anybody ever heard of the bar exam in here? Anybody ever heard of the freestyle experiment in here? Okay, so for anybody who really didn't know.
What's up, everybody? My name is Mike Sick. I'm a rapper. I'm bringing New York back, and I ain't from New York. You know what I'm saying? Nah, let me stop. Appreciate you. Thank you, Renee. Be good, y'all. I want to answer these questions right here, and I'll make it quick. Which is most important? Knowledge, culture, wisdom, and understanding is the most important, and here's why. Who's setting the standard in hip-hop? The young generation is setting the standard in hip-hop because they've enriched themselves and diversified themselves, and they're listening to more stuff, more things other than just hip-hop. When we was coming up, it was just the radio and MTV or whatever was up there, so that's what was fed to us. Now with technology, you can listen to a lot more shit. You can listen to more different genres of music that you've never heard in 1 hour than I probably heard in 10 years, you know, with technology, and just having that knowledge of seeking that, because knowledge is nothing if you don't seek it. You know what I mean? So it's the younger generation that's setting the standard in hip hop, but the older generation, they need to give that younger generation the knowledge so they progress and they grow in such a way that's respectful, positive, and impactful to hip hop. So that's our responsibility, so the leaders of the new school can do it right. You know what I'm saying? So how can we stop the culture vultures? Knowledge. Knowledge. And I'll say it like this to back up Kel's point, man. It's all about knowledge and empowerment. Start your own business, incorporate yourself, treat yourself like a corporation. You know what I'm saying? Empowerment, power and empowerment. Like you said, we all point the finger at them, we need to look inside ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So to further his point, for example, there's more festivals now, hip-hop festivals now, than there's been in the last 5 or 10 years. And so we might be downloading albums and stuff like that, but with all these artists and underground new school that's, or whatever, just cats that's doing quote-unquote real hip-hop or just putting on independent showcases and events and festivals, we can buy those tickets. We can share that information like, yo, we got this festival in Nashville. Go to that joint. You know what I'm saying? Go to the joint in Tampa. Go wherever. You know what I'm saying? That's another way we can put money in, you know, our pockets, because we're the ones that are throwing those type of events or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's all about choice and having the knowledge that you're not being affected by the things that are outside of you. You're being influenced by the things that are inside of you, and you have a choice. And you can make that choice and the decision to support what you want to support. So that's how we can stop the vultures, because they are fucking smart. They have 20 people on their team, smart as fuck, figuring out what we invented, what we're doing, and they're trying to stay ahead of the curve. We got to outsmart them. So we need the knowledge to outsmart them. So yeah, you're going to make your money off of us because it's popular, but you know what? We're going to popularize something else because this is our shit. This is our culture. You know what I mean? So what are the topics that the hip-hop community needs to focus on? Knowledge. Knowledge. All across the board. All across the board. Now, for real, it really comes down to originality. Hip-hop and people, anybody that wants to get into hip-hop, they need to basically draw a hard line down the middle and say, you either an imitator or you an innovator. Which side of the track do you fall on? If you an imitator, go ahead and get your money, get paid, hope you a good father raising your kids later on down the line. If you an innovator, just be an innovator and stick with it, because the way technology's going, the way people are growing in this world, man, there's an audience for you out there, but you got to have the knowledge, understanding, and how to implement everything, you know, to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So pick a side. I challenge everybody to pick a side. You an innovator or you an imitator? When you walk out the door, which one are you? For real. You need to focus on that, originality. Why did I fall in love with hip-hop? I fell in love with hip-hop because they taught me game. Basically, I first started rapping when I was on the West Coast, and then the game that they gave me, you know what I'm saying? They told me basically how to get out of your situation. You know what I'm saying? They weren't sensationalizing violence and stuff like that, like they was trying to pin that on them. They wasn't doing it. They was just rapping about what was around them. Now more than ever, they sensationalize and glorify bullshit because that's the thing to do. It wasn't necessarily like that back in the day. So I fell in love with it with the game that it gave me, and different ways of saying things and expressing myself. So that's why I fell in love with hip-hop. And I'm still hungry for that, still seeking how cats is writing their rhymes different and looking at life different, you know what I'm saying? Because I still believe in the poetry in hip-hop, you know what I mean? So how am I helping the culture progress? I'm just trying to be myself and lead by example, and that's what I'm trying to do with that. And And what with the shows? What, well, with my shows, man, what I try to do, I try to take a page out of Quincy Jones' book, man, and it's like leave your ego at the door. You know what I'm saying? On my stages, yo, it's like if you were up and coming artist and you hungry, but maybe you don't have the confidence or you've never really been on the stage like that, we try to inspire you to get on the stage and be like, look, man, just live in the moment for 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? You get on the stage, come to win. We want to see that you hungry, because that's all we want to see as an audience and music lovers. We want to see you at least got to be hungry. Don't come up here and flex like you know, dancing for your boys and shit, you know what I'm saying, or just rapping for the sake of rapping. Nah. So we try to inspire people to bring up to that, to come up to that level, and we also challenge people that are so-called at this level to come to humble themselves and just leave your ego at the door and just make it about that moment, make it about the music and that night. You know what I'm saying? That's why I appreciate cats like Fort Knox who helped me get this thing off the ground. Blizzum, Mr. Hanky helped me out. Dead End Hip Hop originators putting out original content, and look where they at now because they believe in it and it's genuine, y'all. So at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do to progress hip hop. Keep it original. Keep it original. Next Tuesday, Nestle versus D-Rec at the Freestyle Experiment rap battle.
Okay. I gave Renee my $10 already. Did you give her yours? And she wrote me out a receipt and everything for my taxes. Like, she is not playing around. So come on now. And everybody who gives the 10, what I need y'all to do is write your name on here. I'm going to run something in the magazine with everybody's Twitter name who supports real hip hop. This ain't lip service. This is real support. Support is financial. You understand me? Come on. Oh, she got change and everything. Ah, there we go.
Okay. Thank you. Give me. All right, hold on. Okay, Fierce.
Yo, I know some. Like I said, my name is Sonny. You can follow. My name is Sonny. You can follow me on Twitter. My Twitter name is @SunIsOut. SUNIZ. So is with a Z. SUNIZOUT. And I fell in love with hip hop because it was fresh, fly. They was teaching me things I wasn't learning at school. They wasn't teaching me things I would learn at home. I definitely wouldn't have the knowledge of self I have today if it wasn't for hip hop. I wouldn't be the father I am if it wasn't for hip hop. And most importantly, because of hip hop, how am I helping the culture progress? Well, every weekday over in the Kirkwood neighborhood, it's a park called Cohen, COANPARK, Cohen Park. You can check it on the hashtag and all that. I have a company called Sucker Free Athletics. Sucker spelled with an A. And that's that's on Twitter and a hashtag, Sucker Free Athletics. Every weekday, 5 days a week at 9 a.m., I get up and I go and I train the community over there for free. The oldest member, thank you, I appreciate that. The oldest member is a 79-year-old lady named Miss Susie. Miss Susie works out the complete workout. What she can't do, she modifies. The truth is seeing Miss Susie do this at 79 is, first of all, I get a lot of likes on my Instagram by a lot of fellas in the day. A lot of fellas say I'm coming through, they never show up. My biggest audience and the most dedicated have been the women of the community. And it really shows something. I learned something from doing this training thing, and this is why it's fused with hip hop, because my training is based off of hip hop. You know what I mean? We don't use weights. It's all calisthenics. A lot of bartending. It's equipment out there where you lift your body weight, and you know, hip hop is about being fly, and in this lifestyle we live. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of yak going on. There's a lot of trees being smoked. Producers are standing up late hours of the night. DJs is DJing until 4 in the morning, getting up early, taking care of their families. But the one thing missing out of hip hop is health. There is no health in hip hop. It's just party and bullshit in a couple of books. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm bringing to the culture. And 5 days a week at 9 a.m., anyone can come out and show up and show out. And I started this based off of hip hop, like based off the culture, just because if our culture shapes the world, then we have to be around for longevity to keep shaping the world. And when Levert passed away at like 46, I was like, damn, we dying before 50. You know what I mean? So that set off an alarm. So I just want to say, you got to be healthier.
if we want to change our community. To see the women coming out, getting in shape, going home, changing the meals that they cook for their man inside the kitchen, it creates a healthier man for the household. If your woman is getting strong, you can't be weak. So as leaders of the culture and leaders of the world, we have to wisen up with our health and start eating right and being healthier and be strong. And that sets us, and you can't do nothing in life without discipline. Taking care of yourself and your health first gives you the greatest discipline in the world. And learning that has brought me back to my MCing. You get what I'm saying? Because people say, Sonny, what's up with music? What's up with music? And I had to say to myself, if I could dedicate every weekday at 9 a.m. to get to this park and train and build other people's lives, I could put that dedication back into my music. And that's what I've decided to do. But if it wasn't based off me believing in myself that I could help shape the culture and progress it to do better, I would never have started that. And I wouldn't have started that if it wasn't for hip-hop. And that's what made me fall in love with hip-hop. Like I said, Cohen Park, every weekday at 9 a.m. is no charge. Just come out, show up and show out, and take that good shit you learned at the park back to your family and keep it going. Peace.
What's up, Fury Styles, spelled P-H-U-R-I-O-U-S, Styles with a Z. Fury Styles comedian on Facebook. First of all, before I get started, I feel everyone should get a round of applause for Renee Gardner, Fort Knox. I'm serious. I'm serious. People like Knox and Drez know that this has been a long time coming, man. It's like a dream come true. When I see people like Big Rec, Mike Sick, people that's contributed to the scene and taking this to a whole nother level. I was looking at something out here that says, what are the new topics the hip-hop community needs to focus on? And someone said balance. I remember back in the 90s, you know what I'm talking about. We had a Yin Yang Cafe before Apache, had Chaparrals, Out of Control. I don't want to start naming the names and stuff, but you know what I'm talking about. You had the trap scene, you had the bass scene, the jam pony scene, and you had the lyricist scene, the hip-hop scene. Universal Zulu Nation, Soul Messiah, we were all there too. As hip-hop progressed, it got imbalanced. I feel that's a main topic that we should, as artists and as non-artists, as fans, a lot of times we don't reach out to one another. It's people in the hood, in the clubs, that listen to trap music that like our music. It's people that like our music that listen to hood music. But at the end of the day, we need to find a way to bridge the gap. I don't have all the solutions, but I feel as many intelligent people that's in this room, that's something that we do need to focus on, bridging that gap. Instead of putting other people down, knocking people, try to find a way to unify and work this stuff out. Like someone said what 2 Chainz did, some of everybody, that's what we need to try to find out, how we can network with different people. Just get into this real quick, knock this out. How can we stop the culture vultures? And who's setting the standard in hip-hop? To me, it starts with us. We can't point at another leader, another entity to do it for us. It starts with us. Setting the standard starts with us. I start with my kids, teaching them what I know to be hip-hop. You know, rap is something you do, hip-hop is something you live, teaching them the culture of hip-hop and also about their history. What is the most important? All this stuff is important. B-boy, MCing, knowledge, culture, understanding. Just do the knowledge on it. Yeah, of course, Knox. I got you. I got you. But that's important. Knowledge, culture, understanding. Understanding. Knowledge, culture, understanding what that means. This is a culture. It's not fun and games and stuff. We have fun doing it, but it's a culture. It's something that we live. This is something that we're trying to express, like they said, through stories, through DJing, through promotions, through business, through fashion. That's something else that should be up there, fashion. That's something that's a part of us. And teaching that culture, not only to youth, the young brother is 15, knowledgeable brother, man. I mean, knowledgeable brother. And we need more brothers and sisters like that. But also just setting the standard. It starts with us, point blank.
How do I fit into hip hop? Fury Styles. Yeah, I'm an MC and lyricist. Working with a film company. Working with some things I have coming out. I don't want to talk too much about it. I'm just going to make it happen. Some webisodes you'll be seeing soon. Some comedy stuff. A lot of actors and comedians and even MCs that's on this Atlanta scene that I'm working with and formulating a crew to do like some, I guess, some Dave Chappelle type skits and do some webisodes, to do some Curb Your Enthusiasm, but coming from a black version, do some Boondocks like through animation, but coming from our version. It's going to be coming pretty soon. How do I fit into hip hop? I fit into hip hop because from day one, I understood that this was a culture, and understood this is something that not only that I wanted to be a part of, but something that I wanted to share with the world. And each one of us have a contribution to hip hop. Even if you're not MC and DJ, you have something to contribute to hip hop. Moving along real quick. How, let me see, it says, oh yeah. When did you first fell in love with hip hop? Quick story, I'm from Youngstown, Ohio. Back in the 90s, we were 7th in the nation for homicides. A little small country town, steel mill town, 40 miles from Pittsburgh, in Ohio, northeast Ohio. Degradation everywhere. Crack came in there. I grew up in a household myself. I didn't have a mom and dad and stuff. I grew up in a household where my family members were selling drugs. So someone else said that here. I grew up in a trap house. You know, something I'm not proud of, but it was part of what happened. So the people that influenced me first, honestly, NWA and Public Enemy. Public Enemy on one side showed me more about who is Malcolm X, who is Stokely Carmichael, who is Marcus Garvey. NWA related to where I was living because all my homeboys and homegirls were getting blasted left and right. That was reality. That was my reality. Hip hop helped play a part and save my life. It was like my mom and dad at that time. And growing up in that culture and learning how serious this culture is, like you see a lot of people, you know, talk about rappers being negative and stuff. Yeah, words is power. The words you put out there can heal and can destroy. I choose to try to heal. But at the end of the day, if you have a problem with somebody, build with them. You know, try to bridge that gap. Because me, I feel it should be about unity, not dividing. Last thing, how you helping the culture progress? I'm helping the culture progress by building with beautiful brothers and sisters like y'all. This is something that we need to keep up consistently. I mean, I'm serious. I mean, I'm real emotional right now about this because this is something that I built with Drez and Knox years ago. I've talked with Rec on the phone about this, and we've talked about Shannon. And I just hope there's some kind of way, because I've never had a narcissistic, sycophantic, egotistical attitude about trying to progress this culture. I don't care who are the leaders or the forefront people. I just want to see it go to the next level, starting here in Atlanta. Because Atlanta has too much damn talent, too much intellectual minds, too much fortitude and energy for this not to go to the next level. All I do is challenge myself and all of us to work together and find a way to make this happen and find solutions. That's all I got to say on that. God bless y'all. Fury Styles. Holla at you later.
Anybody got a pen so Hollywood can write his topic down?
What's up? What's up? If it don't move your feet, then we don't eat. So we like neck to neck. My name is DJ Brandon Dix. HeartlandHipHop.tumblr.com. Shout out to Black Nicholas. Shout out to my man Nicholson. I thought it was my fault. Hey, blame it on the head, not the heart. You know what I'm saying? That's a good brother right there. Do good business. Shout out to Mike Sick. That's why he does good things, man. He does great business. And that's a good example. Shout out Fort Knox, Big Rick. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Hankey, Southern University was in the building. Shout out my artists. Ill Deuce in the building. I got 3 artists. I got Deuce, Nova, Crim. Yeah, give a round of applause for Ill Deuce. 11 mixtapes in. You know what I'm saying? He's been working for a long time. Shout out to Ill Deuce. Y'all can find him at It's Ill Deuce on all the networks. How do I fit into hip-hop? So I'm a DJ. I'm a host. And how I fit into hip-hop and how I've been getting involved in hip-hop is our showcase, Beyond Scared Straight Official.
It's a showcase that we put on for ourselves. We put our own money into our own showcase because we felt like we weren't getting the spotlight that we wanted. So what we did, we took a risk, invested a few $100s, got a venue, and then we packed it out, sold it out, right? Just straight off the muscle, just straight off connections, blessings from other people. You know what I'm saying? Blessings from people that came from out of nowhere, and that's what life is like for me. If you make a step, the universe comes back and it meets you, and that's what I found out through hip hop, and that's how I feel like I fit in. Who's setting the standard for hip hop? I believe that that's a loaded question. Who's setting the standard for hip hop? Hip hop is an art form. It's all about music. It's all about what you can do corporately. So if you think about who's setting the standard for hip hop, it's the people that's spending money on hip hop. If you're not spending no money, then you really can't have no sway or effect on hip hop. You're just a voice swaying from the outside. But people that are spending money, that's where the change comes in. How do we stop the cultural vultures? How do we stop the culture vultures? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We can go down. How do we stop the culture vultures? We just want to make sure that you support the good shit. Don't support no bullshit. Support the good shit. Why did you fall in love with hip-hop? I fell in love with hip-hop because it's a way to express myself, for me to be myself and say what I want to say, dress how I want to dress, and be around my people. So that's why I fell in love with hip-hop. You can hashtag BSS Official. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, at DJ Brandon Dix. I want to thank Renee the G, and we out here, man.
Thank you. Last.
Yo, what's going on, man? My name is Nels. I represent Immaculate Recordings. I'm building a radio station from the ground up. That's 3SM Radio. And one of the reasons I did that was because I was tired of listening to the radio. Although, you know, I like a lot of the artists that's on the radio. I'm not saying that their music necessarily garbage, but me, I'm more a hip hop head. That's how I came up. You know what I mean? So that's what I cater to. How I started the show is I started doing the show doing soul music. This my brother right here. We go way back. Him and Ty, we go way back. I started doing a show doing soul music because I noticed that the soul was kind of like, ain't nobody playing soul music. And it's a lot of dope artists out here. Then I started realizing, like, damn, ain't no real hip hop either. You know what I mean? Like, we in Atlanta. It's all, like my man Rec. Everybody should know about Rec right now. You know what I mean? He been killing the scene forever. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of dope hip hop artists in Atlanta. And I was like, yo, I got to get out here and kind of like bring that to light. So I'm building the station from the ground up. So if you're an artist, please give me your music. You understand what I'm saying? Give me your contact information. Please give me your music. You know what I mean? Because I want to play your music. I want to interview you. You understand what I'm saying? I want to make a way so people can hear you because just like, you know, you got K100. I'm not them, but I aspire to be that. You know what I mean? I aspire to be like mainstream radio, but I'm going to do me. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to make people, a lot of times as artists, we compromise ourselves for what the people we think they want to hear. But don't nobody believe that. I don't believe you if you saying you doing this and it don't sound like you. But if you come out here, like for instance, I'll use Rec. I've been listening to Rec for a while now. You know what I mean? I believe him. It's believable. Be yourself. Be original. Matter of fact, I'll give you a prime example. Although we talk about the radio, right? We say, you know, they do this and do that. But every artist that's on the radio right now created their own lane. They was uniquely unique. If we just look past what they saying, we could just name them. Future came out. He was unique. You know what I mean? Kendrick came out. Kendrick really opened the door for a lot of us. You know what I mean? A lot of artists that's doing hip-hop. He was unique. So still being yourself and being unique is the foundation of making people hear you. You know, it's not even about, and nowadays we in control. You can monetize yourself. You don't need no label. All of that is old. We don't need them no more. I hear a lot of artists like, yeah, man, I'm trying to get signed, man. I'm trying to go to the label. For what? Why don't you sign yourself to yourself and do it yourself? Yeah, it might be slow, but you reaping all the benefits. It's a no-brainer. You know what I mean? If you got to start here in Atlanta and people start hearing you, it's a no-brainer. Sign yourself. You reap all the benefits. So definitely, man, if you're an artist, please give me your music, man. I got my crew in the building, EMAC, Fourth Quarter Boys. You know what I mean? We about to do some real big things, man. But I definitely want to get your music, man, so I can play it. You know what I mean? Because I'm also in the process of, if you're an artist, make sure you got your business together because I'm getting licensed. So I want to make sure when I play your music, you're going to get a check for that. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to get the blanket license through a company, and I'm going to make sure that when I spin your record, it count. You understand what I'm saying? That's what's important, man. So that's all I want to say. I don't really got much to say, but I just want to make sure I get your music, man. And I appreciate y'all doing this because I've been out the loop for a minute. I was telling Ty, I've been out the loop for a minute. You know, you get caught up in life. You know what I mean? But I love hip-hop. This is a culture. It's us. They took our culture. Hip-hop is black culture. It's us. It's who we are. We're the most mimic people all over the world. They want to be in hip-hop. Everybody, they dress like us. I don't care where you go. You're going to see people dressing hip-hop. It's our culture. That's who we are. So, you know what I mean? We need stuff like this to keep the culture going, man. That's all I want to say.
Thank you. Before we close this out, our young gentleman here that wanted to have a little spoken word moment with us, just definitely to close this out. So thank you, everyone, for coming. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Everybody else here is us. So as I'm looking.
All right. Believe it or not, this same conversation came up in my high school, and I wrote a spoken word on it, and it's called Beat of Music. All right. The beat of music. You can hear it if you listen right. From the newborn heartbeat of a small kid. The beat. Who heard it first? We all did. The Big Bang, rock, classic, big names, smooth grass, blues, jazz. Then this came. Hip-hop, open mouths, lips drop, beatbox, and it keeps knocking, spit blocks, bars, lyrics, explosive freestyles, punchlines, metaphors, but meanwhile, rap battles are born, and yes, it seems wild, because it is. It is wild. Hip-hop is young and growing, a big child with heart that sticks out, and here is the sum, ever so spontaneous, the lyrics will come in the form of a street banger or a spiritual song, warriors fighting through stories, their spirits at tongue, Kool Herc, South Bronx, African Bambaataa, spark to this great fire, and yes, I am product. Chance to fight poverty, heal, develop muscle, preaching, inducting, making money, a better hustle, it's legal. Financial success without a bando? Rock artists made the grade, we did it without a bando. Where's the applause? This is something started by us again, an industry that everyone wanted to be inducted in. Some say it's just a beat, just a paper, just a pen. Nah, this is the art of influencing masses with just a pen, and it just depends. It's uniting, making a choice to commit to writing. Popular demands, great crowds to surf through, and at times it won't hurt to go commercial, but oh, what a trophy to be the first to take it to where it hasn't been. The genius that grabs the pen. The producer with the bass foundation says, let the hi-hat begin. This is music. The beat may be a different type, but you'll still hear the beat of music if you listen right.
Thank you. Y'all, don't forget to share the article for the Hip Hop Town Hall at diradiocast.com. The hiphoptownhall.com is coming soon. Y'all have a good night. And a special thanks once again for Fort Knox for helping me host the Hip Hop Town Hall on Real Hip Hop. Because if it wasn't for Fort Knox being here, we would not be real Atlanta hip hop. And thanks, a special thanks for Kelby for making it mag for now turning our Hip Hop Town Hall into something a lot bigger than it's going to be.